How Stoicism leads to lasting happiness. The secret path to inner peace. Happiness. It's what we're all searching for. But strangely enough, the more we chase it, the further away it seems. Like a cloud, just when we think we're about to touch it, it vanishes before our eyes. In today's noisy and pressured world, we often tie happiness to external things, money, status, love, luxurious vacations, or praise from others. From a young age, we're told, if you try hard enough, if you achieve enough, happiness will come as your reward. But then, even when we get everything we once dreamed of, why do we still feel empty? Maybe we've been asking the wrong question. Happiness isn't about what we have, it's about who we are. It's not something we attain, but something we realize. Over 2,000 years ago, a group of philosophers saw the world differently. They didn't look for happiness in wealth, fame, or pleasure. They searched for it within the mind. They were the Stoics. And they believed that genuine happiness doesn't come from circumstances, but from within. Serenity, equanimity, and deep inner joy all arise from how we think, how we act, and how we relate to life itself. Stoicism is not about suppressing emotions or living without feeling, as many mistakenly believe. It's the art of living consciously, with virtue, with reason, and with acceptance of life as it is. No resentment, no illusions, no chasing. Epictetus, former slave who became a revered teacher, once said, "Some things are within our control, and some things are not." That simple sentence is the foundation of Stoic philosophy. When we stop trying to control what's impossible, like what others think, what tomorrow brings, or how the world behaves, and start focusing on what we can control, our actions, our judgments, our responses, we free ourselves from so much unnecessary suffering. Marcus Aurelius, a great emperor and philosopher, wrote in his Meditations, "Very little is needed to make a happy life. It is all within yourself." A powerful reminder that the mind is where everything begins. So, how do we walk this path? How do we live like a Stoic in the midst of modern chaos, where every day brings frustration, distraction, and disconnection? We begin with 3 core principles. First, the dichotomy of control. When you feel anxious, angry, or disappointed, ask yourself, is this within my control? If the answer is no, let it go. You can't control the weather, other people's opinions, or past events, but you can control how you respond. You can choose calm over conflict, patience over rage. That is true power, the power of inner freedom. Second, amor fati, love of fate. This is one of Stoicism's most beautiful ideas. It's not just about accepting life's hardships, it's about embracing them, loving the cracks in the story. The pain, the loss, the struggle, they are not curses, they are fuel. Marcus Aurelius said, "A blazing fire makes flame and brightness out of everything that is thrown into it." Don't resent your fate, dance with it, let it refine you, let it make you stronger, kinder, and wiser. Third, memento mori, remember you will die. It sounds grim, but it's not about fear, it's about urgency. When we truly understand that life is finite, that each day could be our last, we begin to live differently. We stop postponing love, kindness, and dreams. We no longer waste our time on petty anger or envy. We begin to treasure each moment as if it were the last. And in that awareness, joy is born. But Stoicism is not just a collection of wise words. It's a way of life, a practice to return to every day. When you wake up in the morning, instead of scrolling through your phone, take a few minutes of silence. Ask yourself, what challenges might I face today? How can I prepare myself to respond with dignity and reason? This is premeditatio malorum, the mental rehearsal of potential setbacks. So when they come, you're not surprised, you're ready. Throughout the day, observe your emotions. When someone insults you, instead of reacting, pause. Ask, is this anger helpful? Am I giving away my peace to someone else's opinion? At night, before bed, reflect. Write a few lines on what you did well, what you could improve, and what you're grateful for. That's how Stoic philosophers train their minds, not for perfection, but for progress. You might wonder, If I don't strive for big goals or chase great achievements, what's the point of life? Stoicism doesn't tell you to give up on your dreams. It tells you, don't tie your happiness to the outcome. Give your best. Let go of the rest. The result is out of your hands, but your effort, your intention, that's always yours. True happiness isn't loud. It doesn't need an audience. It doesn't come from grand victories or golden trophies. It arrives quietly in the moment you feel enough. In a deep breath, a warm cup of tea, a still afternoon. Seneca once said, "The happy man is the one who is content with himself." That's the essence of Stoicism. Live not to impress, not to compete, not to chase illusions, but to return home to yourself, in peace and wholeness. You don't need to be a philosopher to live like a Stoic. You just need to pause, observe, and respond with wisdom instead of reflex. When you do that, you're practicing the highest kind of freedom, the freedom from fear, from greed, from illusion. Don't wait for happiness to come over the horizon. It's not there. It's herein how you see the world, how you act, and how you love yourself fully, simply, and deeply. So now, as we near the end of this journey, this quiet walk through the Stoic path toward genuine happiness, take a moment to pause, breathe in, look around you, wherever you are. The world may still be noisy, uncertain, unpredictable, but inside you there is a space of stillness that no chaos can touch. That space, that inner sanctuary, is where true happiness lives. Not the happiness that flares up when something goes right, only to vanish when things fall apart, but the kind of happiness that endures. The kind that whispers, "I am enough, this moment is enough, and I do not need more than what is right in front of me." The Stoics didn't teach us to avoid life's storms. They taught us how to stand still within them, how to be steady when the winds howl, how to be calm when emotions rage. They showed us that the greatest victory is not over others, but over our own impulses, our own illusions, our own fears. In a world obsessed with external success, the Stoic seeks inner excellence. While others strive to conquer cities, the Stoic strives to conquer the self. And in that inward conquest lies a freedom that nothing, no failure, no loss, no injustice can ever take away. Yes, life is fragile. Yes, pain is real. People will disappoint you. Circumstances will change. Everything you build might someday crumble. But the one thing that remains is how you meet those moments, with grace, with strength, with quiet dignity. Ask yourself not once, but every day, am I living by my principles? Am I responding with reason instead of reaction? Am I being the person I truly want to be? This is the Stoic mirror, not to judge yourself, but to refine yourself, to grow from the inside out. You don't need to retreat to the mountains or renounce the world. You can live as a Stoic right here in the city traffic, in your office, at the dinner table. Every conversation is a chance to practice patience. Every frustration is a moment to exercise discipline. Every day is an opportunity to choose peace over pride, understanding over ego, compassion over control. And that's the quiet beauty of the Stoic path. It doesn't promise that life will get easier. It shows you that you will get stronger. You will stop needing the world to behave exactly as you wish. You will stop handing your peace to people who haven't earned it. You will stop chasing things that can never fill you. Instead, you will begin to rest in yourself. You will begin to feel joy, not the fleeting joy of pleasure, but the enduring joy of presence. You will realize that happiness was never out there. It was always here, waiting for you to turn inward. As Seneca wrote, "A wise man is content with himself." And Marcus Aurelius reminded us, "The happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts." So think well, live simply, let go, and walk lightly through this world, not because you're indifferent, but because you are grounded in something deeper than circumstance. This is the Stoic path. Not a path of suppression, but of liberation. Not a path of detachment, but of connection to nature, to truth, and to your higher self. If there's one thing to take away from everything we've shared, it's this. You already have what you need to be at peace. You already carry the light you're searching for. The world may not change, but you can change. You can choose wisdom over noise, stillness over chaos, and joy over fear. And in that choice made again and again, you will discover the rarest kind of happiness, the kind that no one can give you and no one can take away.